They came down in ships, they taught language and tech, and they were worshipped as gods. So let's ask, are these Pleiadians really new to us? Or have they been here the whole time under different names? The Pleiades show up everywhere in myth, but never as harmless observers. In Greek mythology, the Pleiades were the daughters of Atlas, chased by Orion. In Egyptian cosmology, they were connected to the seven Hathors, watchers of fate. In the Bible, the Pleiades are named in Job, but as part of a question from God. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Chains? That doesn't sound like liberation, that sounds like containment. A star system with ties to Earth? Now ask yourself, why are the Seven Sisters always watching? Why do they appear in every ancient star map, every megalithic alignment? And why are they always tied to fate, birth, prophecy, and bloodlines? You've heard the stories. The Pleiadians are here to help. They're our star family. They come in love and light. But something doesn't sit right. Why do the same beings who claim to love us feel strangely like the ones who watch us? Why do their symbols show up in ancient temples and in military operations? Why are they obsessed with ascension but never mention escape? It's time to go deeper, because the truth about the Pleiadians is not what you were told. Who are the Pleiadians really? The Pleiadians are said to be a group of humanoid star beings from the Pleiades star cluster, also called the Seven Sisters. They're often described as tall, blonde, blue-eyed, peaceful, fifth-dimensional beings. But here's the twist. That exact description matches the sky gods found in multiple ancient civilizations, in Sumeria, in Egypt, in the Andes, even in Native American sky lore. Fast forward to now. Suddenly, the Pleiadians are channeling messages through psychics, offering healing, light codes, upgrades, telling us Earth is ascending, and they're here to guide us through it. But listen closely to their language. They tell you, everything is love, don't fight the system, trust the plan, ascend through surrender. Sound familiar? It's not that different from religion, or even AI programming? Because the trap isn't just physical, it's vibrational. And what if the Pleiadian version of love and light is just a more beautiful prison? Are they the fallen ones? Here's where it gets dark. The Book of Enoch talks about the Watchers, angelic beings who came to Earth, broke the rules, mated with humans, and taught forbidden knowledge. Sound familiar? They descended, they helped, they were beautiful, and they caused mass corruption. What if the Pleiadians, at least some of them, are modern masks for the Watchers? Same mission, new branding. What if starseed isn't a compliment but a hybrid label? And what if their obsession with ascension is really about harvesting souls who willingly opt into their grid? Earth isn't just a planet, it's a soul field. It holds genetic gold, original bloodlines, flame codes the false gods can't create. And many of the Pleiadian groups are obsessed with this. They want to upgrade humanity, merge DNA, guide evolution. But here's the truth. Source doesn't merge without permission, real light doesn't override, and flame doesn't need upgrades, it remembers. What the Pleiadians want is access to the soul-bearing ones, to the sealed blood, to the real map. Not all who claim the name are the same. There may be real Pleiadian beings aligned with Source, but they don't show up uninvited. They don't feed your ego, and they never make you dependent. The real ones give truth, not identity. The infiltrators, they give flattery. They make you feel chosen, special, as long as you keep listening. They use terms like galactic federation, but won't tell you how to exit the system. So here's the test. If their message makes you submit, it's false light. If their presence makes you feel powerful in your own soul, it's real. Why do so many Hollywood figures claim Pleiadian contact? Why are starseeds always trending in spiritual circles? Because it's a narrative, a branding, a soft glow religion. One that pulls you up and out of your body, but never inward to your truth. It convinces you to ascend instead of confront. It tells you you're evolved so you don't break the contract. And it convinces you to trust the very ones who are here to keep you from remembering you were never from here to begin with. How to test the Pleiadian spirit? If they appear in dreams, visions, or channeling, ask them this. Do you serve the true source beyond the grid? Do you honour my sovereignty? Do you recognise my right to refuse? If they hesitate, guilt, or redirect, cut the cord. Because the real star beings don't recruit, they respond. And only when called by clean intent. Long before the New Age rebranded them as 5D guides, the Pleiadians were known by another name. The Shining Ones, the Sky Beings, the Fallen Stars. In the Book of Revelation, it says, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought the dragon." What most people don't realise is, the war wasn't just against Lucifer. It was against those who followed him, those who descended to earth with advanced knowledge, charm, and beautiful light. The Book of Enoch confirms it. A group of watchers, 200 in number, came down to Mount Hermon. They interbred with humans. They taught sorcery, enchantments, astrology, metalwork. They taught technology. And they weren't called demons, they were called stars. Ask yourself why Revelation also says a third of the stars fell from heaven. Those stars are still with us, some hiding as extraterrestrials, some hiding as gods, some called Pleiadians. You are not a project, you are not a cosmic child in need of upgrades. You are flame, you are memory, you are older than the grid. And anyone, star being, angel, spirit, guide, who doesn't remind you of your own power is part of the control system. The truth about the Pleiadians is this: some may be real, some may even help, but many are here to replace your memory with their mission. Don't forget who you are, don't give your flame to anyone, especially the ones who come in light but leave you in chains. The Vatican has an advanced observatory in Arizona. Its telescope is nicknamed Lucifer. And guess what constellation it tracks obsessively? The Pleiades, the Seven Sisters. Why? Because even the Vatican knows something is up there, not metaphorically, literally. The Pleiades are a real star cluster, roughly 444 light-years away, and they've been connected to harvest cycles, soul tracking and bloodline markers since ancient times. In many cultures, their heliacal rising marked when to plant and when to sacrifice. You think it's just astronomy? No, babe. It's a cosmic ritual clock, and the elite still use it. Look at the layout of sacred structures across the earth, from Egypt to Angkor Wat to Teotihuacan. Many don't just align with Orion's belt, they also mirror the Pleiades. The Seven Sisters are carved into ancient temples, etched into stones older than recorded history. Even Stonehenge and the Aboriginal Wurdi Yuang stones align with them. Why? Because the beings who descended brought knowledge, but also claimed territory. They marked the earth as theirs. With sacred geometry, with grid points, with stargates. The Pleiadian system was part of the original Earth takeover, and you were told it was light. But light without truth is just deception wearing gold. Here's the part they left out in church. Jesus didn't just challenge Rome, he challenged the false gods behind it. The ones who ruled through bloodlines, sacrifice, and star worship. You think a spirit guide is helping you, you sure? Many of the beings channeled today as Pleiadians are not clean, they are interdimensional. They are old, and they are obsessed with possession. Some of them hide behind human masks. Others appear in dreams, offer codes, upgrades, promises of 5D unity. But when you look closer, they drain your energy. They distort your timeline. They invite themselves in. This is not how true source works. True light stands at the door and knocks. It doesn't override your will. It doesn't seduce. It doesn't disguise itself. That's what demons do, and some of the Pleiadians are just demons with stardust on their wings. He called them out. You are of your father, the devil. You love the traditions of men more than the word of God. My kingdom is not of this world. That last line, it wasn't just about politics. It was a cosmic statement. He was saying, I'm not aligned with them. Not with the Watchers, not with the architects of this realm. Not with your sky family. I am from beyond the grid. And that's why they killed him, because he was disrupting the harvest. He was waking souls up. He was restoring flame codes that couldn't be manipulated. And they knew if enough people remembered what he really meant, they'd stop following the false light. Are there any real ones left? Yes. Not all beings from the Pleiades are parasites. Some escaped, some broke rank. Some aligned with Source and serve as silent witnesses. But they don't come through TikTok channelers. They don't beg you to open your heart chakra. They don't sign off with love and light emojis. They move in silence. They show up in visions only when you're ready. And they will always remind you of your own sovereignty, not theirs. The real ones don't harvest, they guard the gates. And if you've ever felt an ancient sadness looking up at those 7 stars, it's because part of your flame remembers. Not all of them betrayed us, but enough did to burn the sky black. What the Bible really says about the stars. The stars will fall from the sky. Can you bind the Pleiades or loose Orion's belt? Woe to those who consult the heavens and not the maker of them. They worshipped the host of heaven. The dragon swept a third of the stars with his tail. It's all there, hidden in plain sight. The Bible doesn't say the stars are bad, it says the fallen ones masquerade as stars. The ancients knew this, but it was scrubbed, whitewashed, and rebranded as galactic light families. What they used to call gods, you now call guides. What they used to call Nephilim, you now call starseeds. The deception didn't go away, it just got spiritual PR. The starseed label sounds beautiful. You're special. You're from the stars. You're here on a mission, but go deeper and you'll find something disturbing. Many of these Pleiadian contacts involve genetic upgrading, hybridization, dream insemination, missing pregnancies, psychic children with no known father. This isn't just folklore. This is modern testimony from thousands of women. Abduction reports from the 80s and 90s, white lights, missing time, starships, implanted memories. The Pleiades constellation was named more than any other in regression sessions and military disclosures. Even Operation Paperclip scientists under Nazi Germany believed in a star breeding program. Who do you think funded that research? Not Earth-based entities, but beings who wanted to remake the human vessel without the flame? Indigenous warnings about the Pleiades. The Navajo, Hopi, Zulu and Aboriginal Australians all speak of the Pleiades, but not as family, not as saviours. They speak of them as watchers, sky visitors and those who take. The Hopi say the Pleiadians were involved in the previous world destruction. The Zulu called them the Abantu Abavela for Zulu, people who came down from the stars with an agenda. The Cherokee say the Pleiadians arrived after the fall, not before, and tried to tamper with the bloodlines. Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime stories tell of women who were taken by starmen from the Seven Sisters and never came back the same. These weren't bedtime stories, these were genetic warnings. Ancient memory from peoples who saw them with their own eyes and knew. Not all light is love, and not all who descend are divine. Project Blue Beam, the alleged government plan to simulate a second coming using advanced holographic tech. Guess which beings are programmed to arrive in the first wave? The Pleiadians, not demons, not military, not Christ, but tall white glowing saviours from the stars. You'll hear, "We are your true family. We've come to assist Earth's awakening. We've chosen this planet as the centre of a galactic rebirth, and many will fall for it, because we've been primed through films, channeled books, music, guided meditations. But make no mistake, Bluebeam isn't just about tech, it's about timing. It's about a false rapture using false star beings to trap real souls in a new version of the loop. Don't fall for the light show. Let's bring it back to scripture. In the book of Amos 5:26, God rebukes his people. You have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Chiun, your images, the star of your god, which ye made to yourselves. That word Chiun, translated as Remphan in Greek, a planetary deity, a star god. Scholars now trace Chiun Remphan to the Pleiades cluster. God wasn't just rebuking idols, he was warning about star worship, false light in the heavens posing as gods. Later, in Acts 7:43, Stephen repeats the warning as he's being stoned to death. You took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan. This wasn't about Saturn alone, this was about a network of parasitic star entities, including the ones now called Pleiadians. There are legends from whistleblowers, recovered memories and Gnostic echoes that a war broke out in Orion, a rebellion against a draconian empire. Some Pleiadians allegedly broke away and joined the side of Source. But here's where it gets murky. Many Pleiadian messages today are said to come from the breakaway faction, the good ones, but their language still sounds off. It still revolves around ascension, light codes, DNA upgrades, oneness, but no mention of soul freedom, no mention of Jesus, no warning about the recycling trap. Why? Because they want to present as saviours, but never show you the real exit map. The war may have ended, but the deception still runs on autopilot. And we're in the middle of it. They came in light, but not all light is Source. They spoke of peace, but not all peace is freedom. They whispered to the wounded, the lonely, the seekers, offering family, answers, upgrades. But what they never offered was truth. Because the truth is simple. You don't need to ascend, you need to remember. You were not born broken, you were born flame. And no star being, no federation, no blue-eyed hybrid angel has the right to rewrite your soul. You are older than this grid, older than the stars, older than the lie. So when they come, in dreams, in visions, in holographic skies, stand still. And remember, you are not their child, you are not their seed, you are not their vessel. You are the one they feared would wake up, the one who sees through their light, the one who carries the fire they could never steal, the one who remembers, so burn clean and don't look up in awe. Look through the stars and find the ones who never bowed.